Hey everyone. Well, the Liberal governments are leaving no stone unturned or no palm ungreased when it comes to making sure that they're covering all aspects and covering all bases and making sure that they've got enough voter base to maintain their structure of power to rule over and dominate, especially the people of Ontario, and coddle them and give them some small rewards to show them thank you for your conformity. Thank you for your servitude. We'll repay you to a certain degree. And well, as far as the rest of the population, who cares? Hey, as long as we've got enough people under the big tent to maintain our system of power, we won't worry about the rest of the Canadian or Ontarians, tax serfs or slaves, right? Listen to this, folks. Huffington Post .ca today in the business section. LCBO gives 49% discount to government workers and diplomats. So, right? Wait a minute. Government workers already get, think of how many fucking benefits you get if you work for, the central planning, the ruling class, right? You're already benefiting hugely and tremendously at the expense of the average Canadian tax serf or slave or citizen. But like I say, the government, they have no scruples, they have no morals, they have no proper ethics. So they're like, hey, election season's just around the corner. It's time to make sure that we put all of our ducks in order, right? So they're all quacking in unison in praise of the Liberal governments, whether it's the province or the federal Liberals, right? Because they both reside in Ontario, right? Progressive or collectivist central. I mean, this is just totally disgusting. It's originally being presented by Dean Beattie from the Canadian Press, but like I say, Huffington Post is covering it in this particular article. I mean, come on. Why the fuck should, think about we all know this. These are statistics that you can find almost by just, dropping your hand on the keyboard it's almost that simple. I mean, I a little bit exaggerate to a degree in that aspect, but to find out, what the pay is for a government employee in correlation to a private sector employee, the private sector, the people that are going to have to pay and compensate to make up the difference of the losses, right? The fucking federal government's workers or diplomats, which are people that make a whole lot more money than you or I in the private sector ever would, right? You can make some good money in the private sector, but the more you make means the more closely aligned you are with the government and the corporatists, the ruling classes. So, yeah, if you're unwilling to sell your soul out to the devil, right, which is, like I say, government corporations, I repeat myself, then you're the ones that's going to have to foot the bill to make sure that the people that are making a whole lot more you, and that's a funny thing too, is these lefties, they keep coming out with the articles from Statistics Canada, what was it, CBC last week or so, that basically saying how, or maybe it might have been in the National Post, but either way, how federal and provincial government employees make in excess of 25, 28, and 30+% in comparison to their peers in the private sector. But yet, it's not you in the private sector are getting any breaks, right? You're the ones that have to pay all these fucking salaries, these entitled salaries to these government employees, and they're the ones that get all the benefits, all the perks, right? What a discrepancy. What a glaring divide. Like I say, serfdom is existent in Canada. We thought serfdom, especially after the Enlightenment era and modern Western democracies, when they first began to flourish, couple hundred years ago, we thought the days of serfdom and slavery, indentured servitude, we thought that was gone, right? That was the whole point of the intellectual Enlightenment era, right? And proper economics and all that stuff. But as we can see, power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. So they brought us back. We're completely right back. Oh, that's kind of almost like a revolution, right? Fuck revolutions. Evolution is what matters most. But yeah, so we're back to being slaves and serfs to a ruling class while they get to benefit at you or I expense. Is that fair? Do you think so? I don't. Ottawa. Ontario's liquor board has sweetened an already sweet deal for the federal government and foreign diplomats as it chops the prices they pay for beer, wine, and booze almost in half. Late last month, the Liquor Control Board of Ontario began offering its products to federal departments and agencies at a 49% discount from the retail price that everyone else pays. You know, the rest of us, right? Anyway. And then you're going to get the medical marijuana. I won't even start down on that, how they're trying to introduce where medical marijuana will be something that's paid for and part of the whole healthcare system in Canada, whereas the people that don't consume it will have to pay for those who do. Like I say, I'm not even going down that way. Let's stick with the topic in hand, right? The cut rate on alcoholic beverages is also available to foreign embassies, high commissions, consulates, and trade commissions, most of whom are located in the Ottawa area within the LCBO's jurisdiction, right? So, like I say, Ontario, man. Not only is the province, the provincial government very much socialist and wealth redistribution types, well, Ottawa, which just happens to be in Ontario too, like, you see the correlation there, right? You scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. As for the tax serfs and slaves, fuck them. Hey, matter of fact, they better not be looking to us for anything. Get out there to work, you motherfuckers. Right? That's the mentality of these entitled fucks. Wow. And the favored buyers will be exempt from an LCBO policy dating from 2001 that sets minimum prices for products under its social responsibility mandate. The new pricing, approved by the board of directors on April 25th this year, replaces an older, more complex discount formula that was based on the individual cost of products. The now uniform 49% discount is applied to the basic retail price, but before HST. A case of imported wine, which currently costs consumers $203.18, is now priced $104.80 for this special group, including HST and bottle deposit. Under the old discount, embassies and others had paid $131.27 for an extra savings of $26.47. So what this is telling you is they already had a sweet deal, right? Their palms were already greased long before now. It's just that they're getting them a little bit more. And of course, election season, like I said, is just around the corner. Wow, folks. Imported non-U.S. beer is similarly cheaper at $26.68 a case versus $42.56 under the old discount. Ontarians currently pay full price at $53.93, so basically half price, right? Listen, when I laugh, it's not laugh because I'm enjoying it. It's because if I don't, I mean, there's other emotions that I could use, but it probably wouldn't be conducive for a video, right? I'm doing this to try to make it seem more appealing. But trust me, inside I'm not laughing. Ontario wine has also become cheaper, though imported booze will go up in price to $175.63 a case from $143.91, compared with $342.07 everyone else pays. So, like I say, no need to read on any further. Actually, it's probably getting close to the end of this particular article anyways, but I mean, come on. Once again, we're seeing, I mean, like, think about the level of corruptness and viciousness. Think about the level of corruptness that this entails. It's just pure vote buying. I mean, to pretend that you live in any scenario other than a full-on collectivized central planning, forced subjugation type of model in regards to social and economics, in regards to how humans exist in the country of Canada. I mean, things have become to the point now where, like I say, we've gone back to the days of, there's no longer even a middle class. It's the ruling elite and the serfs and slaves that have to deal with the consequences of having a ruling elite. Right? It's just the truth of the matter, folks. It's Canadian Libertarian, and I love liberty.